As promised, here we are with Resident Evil 5. Alexmeister, AudioIgnis, you want to let everybody know a little bit about yourselves?
Oh, hey everybody, welcome in. My name is Alex.
And my name is AudioIgnis.
And we will be speedrunning Resident Evil 5, the new game plus, amateur difficulty, meaning that we will also have infinite ammo, the rocket launcher, and we will start from 1-1. And, yeah, I'm ready.
Oops.
Okay, so first of all, we are skipping some cutscenes, and those cutscenes, the game is basically introducing the player to Chris and Sheva, and I'm going to play as Chris.
This is Kirk. Chris, Sheva,
And AudioIgnis is going to
Chris here.
be playing Sheva.
Yes.
And we both have a mission to cancel or to prevent a bioweapon deal in Kijuju, which is a fictional city in West Africa. Our main objective, first of all, is to find our local informant right over here. Then we will press F to interact with him, to talk with him, and then we get our equipment in just a moment. And since this is New Game Plus, we also have all of the best equipment. And you might wonder, okay, so why does Ignis or Sheva look very normal and Chris look like a zebra? The reason is because he wears sunglasses, and this will be very, very handy in a few levels. And I will show you in a moment why exactly. So first of all, we had some doors. This is a co-op door where both of us have to interact with the door in order to open it. And I will just dodge this attack. And then this one is a single door, so to speak, because only one has to interact with it to open it. And I will open all of the doors for Ignis, besides one.
Two.
Pardon me?
2 doors.
2 doors, yeah, true, 2 doors. And the reason is why I am opening the door. So first of all, to show you the reason why I'm wearing sunglasses is I can flash or shoot a flashbang on the ground. Ignis will be flashed, but I'm not. This will be very handy for some enemies or enemy manipulations. About the doors again. Co-op doors at first. Here will be another co-op door, and the single doors, Chris is opening them because he has a larger hitbox, because of his bowler punching shoulders. And Ignis, or Sheva, has a smaller hitbox, so she can squeeze by some doors and to save some time. Right here, Ignis will just stand in the right corner over here and shoot me with a rocket launcher. I will fly across this room into this cutscene. I'm dying. Thank you very much. And the reason is why we did that is just to get into the cutscene exactly 1 second faster. It is a very safe strategy as long as you spam F to resurrect basically or heal Chris. Okay, so for this part, I would need to focus a little bit on some Magini. Those are the enemies. Some should spawn right over there, in this corner. Run across this area, and then I will freeze them right over here. Freeze them and not flashbang them. Like this. The reason is, later there will be an executioner, or like a mini-boss, so to speak. And he will be triggered a little bit faster to attack Ignis in that corner if he gets a body block basically by those 2 Magini here. And right now my job is just to have them cool right over here and wait until this timer is up.
And while he's doing that, I'm just keeping basically the rest of enemies off of us and standing in this specific corner to trigger the executioner whenever he does spawn in.
So the timer should be up in just a moment. We're just waiting for a voice line, and then cutscene will be played, and then we will just run out. I'm just checking. Sometimes there might be a delayed spawn of some Magini and they will start sprinting, so I'm just looking at that corner piece right over there. And is the
Did you hear that,
voice
Sheva?
line.
Help's on the way.
Got it. Just hope he gets here quick.
Awesome. Okay, so the executioner spawned in. Destroyed the door, and then we just rushed through that so that a certain timer starts, which is 4 minutes and 17 seconds. And oh, you got disconnected. Oh no, I think my game crashed. No, actually my game crashed. Awesome. Okay. Hold on. Let me
You know, that's
just-
all right. It hasn't been that long.
And I also think that we have a checkpoint after the time trigger, right?
Yeah, we should.
Resident Evil 5.
We just want to restart the timer.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
And with this game, it's quite unstable. We do have issues with it like this often, so it's not unusual to happen.
It's all part of the experience.
Yes, of
The
course.
Resident Evil 5
Yep, exactly.
experience.
It is even worse.
Speaking of the Resident Evil 5 experience, can y'all talk about the incentive that we have, the punch the boulder
Oh.
incentive?
1 second. So we start here. So there was no checkpoint, but
Sure.
that's fine. Again, we just have to do the same stuff. It's fine. I just crawl over there. Okay, it worked. About the ending. So we just take this. Okay, so there's a boulder punching ending and then also the speedrun ending. And I think Ignis has a very good explanation on what the difference is.
Right, so the boulder punching ending is the intended way that the game is meant to end, with the cutscene that I think everybody is very familiar with, the cutscene where Chris punches the boulder. So we would be completing the game basically the way that's intended, versus the speedrun ending where we skip basically the entire final fight with Wesker to just kill him very easily.
So it's definitely punching a rock for charity.
Absolutely.
Correct. Correct.
I just, I keep trying to think. I couldn't be more excited.
It
I
is.
don't want to punch rocks for charity.
It is a very Resident Evil-like game, of course.
Punch rocks for puppies.
Yes. Yes. Right now I'm just focusing a little bit on those spawns because they are a little bit delayed, and also they're standing on a little bit weird spot, but I think that's totally fine. I'm just freezing them, and then also making sure that no additional spawns are triggered. It is luck dependent where how they will behave at this area right over here, and if additional engine will spawn in. And right now the timer will be triggered again.
Got it.
I think the previous crash happened because I picked up the one SMG that is going to be very handy for later. First of all, okay, that worked. Nice. The reason I'm picking up the SMG is just for one particular trick in 5-3, and it worked this time. Very nice. The thing is, we have infinite ammo, and it crashed again.
No crash, we're good.
Oh god, okay, okay. So the 5-3 trick with the SMG is going to be the Jill fight. Spoilers. And the thing is, we have infinite ammo, and if I picked up the SMG with every upgrade, it's going to kill Jill. And this way I can shoot or do a one trick without killing her. Okay, so we have an extremely precise trick right over here, where we're standing in the corner and press S and D or just D or just walk into the one corner, so that all of the enemies right over here are running downstairs and just run a circle basically, and we just don't do anything right over here. So there's a longer downtime of roughly 3 minutes right now until some voice sense are triggered. And this time, are there any announcements to do?
Oh, I have a fantastic announcement. Professor Tickles sent in $50 and says, "Is that my man crush, alexmeister?
Hey,
Hello, Professor.
Can you confirm or deny?"
I won't comment on that, but I will certainly not deny that.
Thank you so much for your generosity, Professor Tickles,
you.
putting us that much closer to that rock punching incentive that we're all so hype about. I mean, if we do have some more time, I
Yes.
can talk about puppies. I can talk about puppies a lot.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
All right, well, Blue Path's professional team has a high level of understanding and knowledge of autism spectrum disorders, as well as a demonstrated success in the breeding, care, training, and placement of autism service dogs. They employ a thoughtful matching process with resources tailored to each individual, and they have an unwavering commitment to deliver personalized service that surpasses expectations. Each Blue Path dog comes with thousands of hours of training from dedicated volunteers and professional staff. The cost to prepare these incredible dogs is upwards of $40,000. Yet thanks to the ongoing generosity of supporters, Blue Path service dogs and intensive ongoing follow-up support are provided free of charge. It's just such a fantastic charity. I have so much more information about puppies.
Such a fantastic charity.
It really is. I mean, and especially like, oh my gosh, the cost for a service dog, like I said, like the cost to prepare them is $40,000, but it's only $5,000. I say only, you know, compared to $40,000, $5,000 is an only, but that's still definitely something that some folks just can't reach on their own, and Blue Path allows those folks to get the service dog they need anyway. They're just such a wonderful group.
This is a side note. Before that, I was looking at the executioner over there, and he was just staring at me. And this was also the first time that I've ever seen him like stare at me like directly. Right now, he is just wondering why the gates are still closed. I think we have like 20 seconds left or something on the timer, maybe a little bit less. But this behavior is very odd because he's staring at me again. Okay, so this was 1-1, which is by far, I think, the longest level.
Yeah.
6 minutes and 32 seconds? Nice. Okay, so, on the second level, there's a lot of running, and this level profits from a so-called trick, from a trick so-called boosting. And this trick is ping sensitive, meaning that if you have a high ping, then the trick doesn't really work, or it works just for a few frames. And what it does is basically you're pushing each other's hitbox so that you sometimes sprint a little bit faster. And if you do it consistently, you can gain a lot of time because there is a lot of running in this game, obviously. And right over there, you have seen how Ignis has squeezed by Chris to trigger this cutscene a little bit earlier. And about the boosting, I think we're boosting right now, actually, for a few moments. Nice. The movement is super... Yes, go ahead.
I was gonna say, you also may notice that we're not killing a lot of the enemies, not just to run past them, but also to lower our DA, I believe it's called, right?
Yes.
Do you copy?
And the DA just makes it a little bit easier on us to get certain tricks later in the game. Sorry, my cat decided to join me.
We got kitties, we got puppies, we got it all here at Multithon.
I can explain DA really quick.
Yeah, go for it.
So there's basically an in-game score that tracks how well you're performing. If you're performing really well, then the game decides to make it a little bit more difficult for you. And if you're doing very not good, let's put it like that, then the game will allow the enemies to be a little bit slower, do a little bit less damage, and so on and so forth. And having a very low DA up until a certain chapter is very handy to have a 1 cycle on Indesu. And what it does is basically, Indesu is a boss fight, right, in 2-3. And if you have a low DA score, his weak spot has a lot less HP, and then you can basically kill it within 1 cycle instead of 2, which saves over a minute of time actually. So we're trying to avoid any unnecessary kills. There we go. And if we get hit, that's pretty good, and if we're not getting hit, that's also pretty good. Right, so over here we're running until up to the first, or the second rather, mini boss of the game. The intended way is to try to lock it into the furnace, but we will do it a little bit faster. Just waiting for Ignis to trigger this. I skip the cutscene, swap to the rocket launcher, and just one target. And if you're playing the rocketless category, you can either place a lot of mines beneath it or just shoot it with magnums. Both work. And that was basically also 1-2. A very nice level in my personal opinion, because it focuses a lot on movement and also boosting if you can do it. And there you go. I think my entry key doesn't work right now. Hold on.
That's not good.
There you go. Okay.
Hurry!
Nice. We had a very long boost on my screen at least.
Nice.
Right now, Ignis will run ahead, and I will shoot the mines as well and take care of some enemies. And I'm again paying attention to not, to not kill any enemies or squeeze by them. I'm gonna shoot the rockets.
Okay.
So this since this is a co-op run, we can adjust a little bit on who should do what. And right now, since I was a little bit ahead, I just did Ignis task usually, so I was shooting a rocket at a broken car, killing some enemies, so that we can just run past everything. Right here we have this truck, and we have a very certain lineup so that it will manipulate the AI a little bit here, so that they run a little bit closer to us. Then we can shoot the one explosive barrel. And on my screen you're ahead of me, so can you take care of the doggo?
Yes. And these are just tranks.
Yes,
Dogs
of
are
course,
just
of course.
sleeping, of course.
Yes. Nice. Okay. Sometimes you can also get a doggo boost, basically, where the puppies boost you a little bit.
Oh my god.
Are you far behind me?
Bad
Something's
lag.
coming. Watch out!
I don't know what's happening on my stream, I'm gonna be really honest. I don't know if it's showing on that. Okay, there we go.
Is it working again?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Nope, never mind. Oh boy.
It might help if you maybe close the one.
On Discord, I might have to.
Yeah.
Real quick. Give me just a moment to close this.
Right here we don't have any enemies, so we can also take our time.
There we go.
Is it working?
Yeah.
Okay. I shot a rocket at person so that this person will drop down the keys that Ignis has picked up, and magically both of us have the keys, and then I just opened the door. This is also a very small optimization, but it saves time if everybody has a certain task to do. And oh, okay, I got body blocked, but not got. Okay, sure, this worked somehow. Okay, cool. I have 5 grenades with me, and I will need only 1, maybe 2 of them in the entire run for a trick that is the grenade skip, where I will throw some grenades over a wall to make a barrel explode. And this will basically break a lock so that we can just open the door and continue with the run. A similar thing has happened in the previous level where I shot a rocket at a lock, basically. One. Line up. I throw some grenades. It worked. Okay, nice. So that's the reason why I'm throwing 2 grenades instead of 1. Sometimes the 1 is not enough to break the lock, and with 2 it always works.
And here we're reaching the third final boss, which, very similar to the others, we just take care of with the rocket. He's going to drop a key here that is going to magically teleport over to Chris to open the door.
Correct.
For us to get through to the next area.
Now comes one of the most interesting parts of this speedrun. So usually how QuickTime events work is you have to spam buttons or press certain buttons at very specific times. But Resident Evil 5 is a bit more special, let's put it like that. So you can just spam every single button on all difficulties. And I think my game just crashed. Or is it working? Hello?
What an amazing frame, though.
Game crashed, I think.
Okay, I'm gonna finish this QuickTime event real quick, and then I'll invite you over.
Alright, bet.
Okay, so basically what happened there is I was spamming all of the buttons at the same time, so that Resident Evil 5 thinks that I'm spamming the correct buttons. And this just works on every difficulty. Hold on, so we were at that chapter, so I'm inviting you really quick.
For a second, I thought you had mastered the secret to flying, which is to throw yourself at the ground and miss. Thank you, Douglas Adams.
This can happen on veteran difficulty though. Like, veteran difficulty is very special. It runs extremely unstable for some odd reason. And we have one incident where we fell through the ground, I believe, where we just jumped down and the game just made us float above the ground, and I think we couldn't land as well. Like, there were some very weird shenanigans.
Believed you could fly.
Yeah. I hope that the game is working as intended right now.
I am experiencing some lag, but hopefully I can hit most of the shots for it.
Okay, so the mine sequence is pretty nice in my opinion, because in the intended way you would pick up the one lantern to the left, but picking up something so that you can see in pitch black is very slow, so we're just running in pitch black through the mines. We don't have any cues besides timings and also visual cues on some enemies, and then we will just turn right and just run past them.
You got body blocked. No,
Okay. Okay,
And
that
I'm
worked.
just shooting a
Nice.
flash grenade there to distract the enemies, flash them, just pull them down for a minute so we can squeeze past them. I'm gonna do that a second time here so that Chris can turn this lever up ahead. just to delay them from reaching him so I can get through.
And also we're not killing them just to have a very low DA score. I'm just flashing them. Shooting flashbangs at them. Okay. Go, go, go. Did you get the ladder skip, by the way?
Nope, almost.
Okay. With the ladder skip, you would save like half a second or something. Where Shava's coming in the cutscene, but it's totally fine. That would only delay some spawns. Okay, so one Magini was just wishing us luck apparently because he just looked at me and then turned around. Okay, so lore-wise, we're just trying to capture Irving, who is responsible for the bioweapon deal, but in 1-1 it went a little bit south, so the Magini were attacking us, and our informants had to leave. Unfortunately, that's what looked like that. And right now we're just tracking down Irving. And Delta Team has joined us, and Delta Team is basically the team who has also trained Shava. And right here we were split basically, so Ignis was in the tower taking care of some enemies, while I was just sprinting right ahead, and right here comes also a nice optimization where I'm jumping into a checkpoint, reloading it, which is called a tactical reset, and then Shava magically just teleports to me, and then we can continue with the level. And then also one of the first main bosses of the game will appear in just a moment. But for now we would just need to squeeze by all of those enemies, push a cart, and then we will take care of the boss as well. There are no Magini behind us with a dynamistic. This is very good.
And now
So
here,
Ignis is-
Alex is going to line up a shot to try to get an early shot on this enemy. It is sort of random if it works or not. Looks like we missed it. We're just going to spam it with rockets until it dies, basically, instead. If he manages to hit that shot, it kills it in one shot instantly, so it just saves a little bit of time.
And now comes the infamous level 2-3 where there's a very long downtime. We don't have to do a lot. It's just basically an auto-scroller. So if there are any announcements to do, that would be the perfect time right now. Because all we would need to do is just press left click occasionally and that's it.
Yes, well, I wanted to remind everybody that when you are donating to Blue Path Service Dogs, that your donations can go towards an incentive and a bid war at the same time. And we do have a bid war open right now for Moonstone Island to name the spirits. And in the lead at $17.38 is Jeff.
Nice.
In second place, not too far behind, is Swift, very specifically Taylor Swift. So those are names, you know, those are our contenders. We did have a very generous donation just recently that also could have gone in towards that poll at the that bid war at the exact same time. That's something that's really fantastic about this particular marathon, is you can put it towards more than one thing. We are also getting on up there close to what we need to unlock that punch the boulder incentive. I know everybody wants to see a boulder get punched tonight, and by everybody I mean me.
You mean us.
us. Please excuse me for leaving you out. Runners want to see it. The host wants to see it. You folks at home, I know you want to see it too. I mean, the donations have been amazing. We're already up to $587.38. I would say, you know, I'm not using actual math. If somebody wants to give actual math in the chat, I would be eternally grateful. I would say we're about 80% of the way there because we are looking for $700 to unlock that. And we are about a quarter of the way into the run. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you have a little bit more time to get those donations in. Do remember that every little bit counts. You don't have to be the person who donates $100. We just need a bunch of people to donate $5. Once again, I'm not mathing that out, but I would love to see the math in the chat. If somebody wants to do that, I would love to see it. You would be my hero for tonight. How much are we? We are at $587 and something cents. Hold on.
So
$587.38, and we need $700. So we are a little over $100 away, a little over $112 away.
118, right? Is left, roughly.
Is that right? I'll take your word for it.
Well, not a lot. With the infamous boulder punching ending, you get to see not only Chris punching a giant boulder, but also us bullying a little bit of Wesker for all the runs that he has sabotaged.
I feel like Professor Tickles has definitely won the spot as being my personal hero. We have another donation here for Professor Tickles for $25. It says, "Hi, I just wanted to cement the name Jeff." So the stream went down. So if you can pause, that would be great. And if you can't,
okay.
It's okay.
You have the level is over in just a moment.
Yeah, I don't think we can pause.
No, we cannot pause.
But...
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It looks like the stream is back. We are back, just in time for everybody to see the end of the level. Heck yeah. Let's go, tech team.
We get a 1 cycle, of course.
Of course, yeah.
Of course.
Definitely not 2 cycles.
No.
I don't have
1
much
cycle,
time.
of course.
I have to find her.
You all saw it!
With you.
No arguing.
Okay, so after the Miracle 1 cycle, cough cough, we're going to my personal favorite level, and Ignis' least favorite level. In this level I will focus a little bit more, so Ignis will carry over the commentary
Hurry!
on what we are doing exactly.
So in this level, Alex is going to be driving a boat. This is a fairly difficult thing to do, especially if you're going to be doing Shift W the entire time, basically no brakes. If he hits any of the walls or anything with the boat at the wrong angle, it's basically going to send us kind of spinning in a circle, and it usually adds on 7 to 10 seconds to a run, so it can be a run killer just by hitting one wall on accident with it. So all of his movements are very precise and specifically what we do. And we're gonna go around this level to pick up 3 different, what do we call them?
The slates,
Yeah,
right?
slates.
Or glyphs.
Yeah. And the first one we picked up, or I guess 4, I should say. The first one we picked up on the item there that I usually go and pick up. I'm grabbing the second one in here. He's just clearing out the path so that the enemies, we can just run straight through them. And exiting out of here, we're going to be running, or driving past a few other enemies. They do block our path up ahead with the gate. I'm just going to shoot it in the tower. I want to make sure I get my shot here.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah. And then from here, he's going to just drive past these enemies in the water. You can go through a different path for them, or I can try to shoot them to make it a little bit faster, but we found it to be easier to save time just by going around them to the right. Now we're going to be heading over up to the area on the right to face the crocodiles. These crocodiles spawn in somewhat random locations. I'm going to run past them, and Alex is just going to shoot them whenever they pop up, in hopes that they don't end up killing me. They are like a one-shot kill, so if they eat either of us, that would basically be a run reset as well.
Yes.
And I'm running up here to grab the next slate. We avoid this building on the left here because enemies will just spawn, so we have to run all the way around it instead of cutting through it to go back here to get the slate. He's standing down there in a specific spot where an alligator would spawn, or a crocodile, so that whenever I jump down, I can run through without having to stop to shoot the crocodile.
And right now I'm just running a little bit ahead so that an additional crocodile spawns in, and I can take care of him. And then Ignis is also catching up, so that I can just enter the boat and continue driving. And as soon as she's here, continue with the level.
And this one's pretty straightforward for this path. It's just a straight line to the next area. This next area is where a lot more enemies do spawn. It's a lot more RNG than some of the other areas on whether or not we'll get hit. So we do take out more of the enemies here. We're not as worried at this point in a run usually after Indesu about DA, so we're more willing to kill enemies from here.
Right.
So the next slate is up here on the right. He's going to boost me up, and I'll pick it up. And then right after this scene, I'm going to kill one enemy while he takes care of the rest of them.
So I'm just shooting 2 rockets instead of 1, because sometimes 1 is totally enough. 2 is more of a safety measurement, so that literally every spawn is just taken care of. And right now I'm just running to the boat, and this is the quote-unquote most difficult part of the boat driving.
So this part of the boat driving, this corner up here is a very tight corner. There's another way that you can take for it, but that corner right there is the fastest way to do it. If you do hit that corner, that's again wasting some time in the run. But luckily, Alex is a very good boat driver.
Thank you.
So we usually have no issues there. And now in here, this is where we're going to insert all of the slates to move on to the next area. It's easier for the person hosting the game to insert the slates, so I let him do that and just spam the button to go through the door.
While
And now-
shouting also to motivate me to do it faster, right?
Yes, of course. Come on, come on. Classic shovel line, but up here, he's going to go ahead to a lever so that I can cross a bridge. I'm just going to shoot a rocket to take some of the enemies out of the way, out of his path. I can get the angle right.
You got this.
If I don't lag, I lagged a little bit. I aimed wrong.
That's
my
fine.
bad.
That's fine. Nice rocket, by the way.
And I'm just gonna shoot to keep enemies off of me until he gets the bridge up, basically. And the reason I have to keep enemies also off of him there is because if any come up to him and shoot him or hit him in the back while I'm running across the bridge, it'll drop me as well and end up killing me. Apologies, a little bit of lag. I'm gonna let him in through this door here, and then we're just going to run to, I believe this should be the end of the level, right?
Yeah, and also nobody spawned in after the bridge. Usually there are some delayed spawns of like 5 to 10 enemies, but literally none of them spawned in, which is also first time seeing this. Sure.
I only saw one of the bosses spawn in, which was quite odd.
Okay.
Would you say that's never happened before?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, get your bingo cards. Never happened before. Never happened before. How do we feel about some donations right now? Do we have time for a few donations?
Yes.
They have been rolling in to punch that boulder.
Yes.
Jason LaRosen in $20 says, I want to see it. The boulder punching. Lily Sam sent in $10 and says, it's not just a boulder, it's a rock.
It's a
And
rock.
Professor Brooke sent in another $17.38 with the comment, build it. That is, of course, going towards that naming the spirits bid war that I mentioned earlier. So now we have 3 spirit names. Yes, reminder that you can put your donations towards that bid war at the same time as you're putting them towards our milestone to unlock punching the boulder, which now we are so incredibly close. We are basically $40 and change away. Y'all are practically speedrunning unlocking this. This is amazing. Please, please keep them coming in. Let's punch a rock for puppies, y'all.
Sorry for interrupting. I
Lagging out,
think
sorry.
did you
It
disconnect?
disconnect, but it is having issues. There we go.
Let me restart it
Now
really
it
quick.
crashed. Yeah. Apologies, my game is having trouble. It's lagging a lot. I think it's just connection issue.
Usually this kind of stuff happens only in veteran difficulty, but amateur is usually a little bit nicer with our ping difference and also connection, but it wouldn't be a marathon run without some marathon luck, right?
Of
So
course.
does it work for
There
you?
we go. Yeah, now it's working.
Nice, okay. So right here I will just shoot one enemy and then run to a crank, turn it. And then while I do this, Venus is going to run to a raft where she will just stand and spam 4 buttons to avoid crocodile attacks. And hold on, no additional spawns. Okay, hold. Okay, everything is good on my end.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, so I'm just spamming 2 buttons. To be precise, 1 button. I'm just holding A and then spam D, which is a little bit faster. But still, I have to spam a lot. It is a little bit easier to do it on a controller. Hold on, I'll just spam the button and then I will continue talking.
You're good. And I'm just up here dodging the crocodiles. I can also spam the buttons as well. Just in between spamming the buttons, you have to kill the enemies to keep them from attacking him so that we can keep this moving the entire time. Up until I'm able to climb up here, push the button to drop the bridge, and he's gonna run forward and do the checkpoint reset again, so I can just stay standing back here and be magically teleported once again.
Okay, that went pretty well. We teleported Shava to Chris, and now we just continue running to the oil fields where Irving is assumed to be. And here's also some lore about Tricell and also its connections to Umbrella and BSAA.
They help fund the BSAA.
There you
What
go.
are they doing here?
Right, so right here there will be some chainsaw Magini, and they will give some checkpoints, and we will take advantage of those checkpoints to teleport ourselves sometimes. So I'm basically running to this wheel over here while Ignis is shooting some enemies. Spamming more buttons.
And if I can make it to this, I just want to run up against this so that I have the best chance of getting past these guys without them hitting me. Because for whatever reason, Sheva is invincible to the fire at only that specific corner. And I'm gonna go across this first, what would you call this?
The zip line.
Yes, I'm gonna go across this first zip line while Chris is going across that second one. I've triggered the first chainsaw Mangini, and before Chris can trigger the second Mangini, I'm basically going to do a checkpoint after we turn both of these wheels, so that we can just skip ahead to the next area without having to go through a second fight or anything.
And it worked, nice. Okay, so we teleported ourselves to the center of this area so that we have a lot less running to do.
Sheva!
Okay, so this room is also very precise, quote unquote. We will just shoot some rockets at some spots to take care of some enemies.
Very precise rockets, totally not random.
Yeah, and totally not random at all. Of course, of course.
Nice job, but don't let your guard down. There's bound to be more of them.
I'll be standing here and just spawn trap some enemies by holding left and right click at the same time. Watch wow. We just wait until Josh has taken care of the elevator so that it will come down. Then we will enter it and then we can proceed. In roughly a minute there will be a small downtime. Okay, and now we just move to the elevator as soon as the subtitles are gone. Thank you for picking up the golds. Here comes this.
Got it. You
That's
two,
my
on
cat.
the elevator. Come on, come on.
Now up here, I'm going to run ahead in the elevator so that we can reset the checkpoint. This just makes Josh run a little bit faster. And now I'm going to stay behind so that we can get Josh moving up ahead. I'm just taking out the enemies so that Josh doesn't stop for any reason. We want him to get to the other side as quickly as possible. So we're just trying to take them out so that he just has a clean run all the way through.
There should be an exit up
And
ahead.
one of us has to run with Josh, otherwise he will just stop and wait. So that is why Alex is continuing ahead, as Chris with Josh, and then I'm just going to stay behind and catch up with them a moment later.
Damn it.
Feels pretty
Is
quick.
everything locked down?
Yeah, that was actually not bad at all.
Do we maybe
I
have
heard
a
it was
quick
in
announcement?
yeah.
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah, I was gonna say I heard that in a minute. It's a great time to get your donation read, but it's been a minute. So I'd like to tell everybody that we are running a sweepstakes this week. By donating, you're automatically entered for a chance to win a Steam key for one of the amazing games featured this week. Ricky and Vicky, UFO 50, Just Crow Things, Neva, and our sponsor game, Beastie Ball, which I can't say enough good things about. The game is adorable and super fun to play. If you're interested in learning more, you can find more information in the Multithon Discord. And seriously, y'all, I'm a volunteer. They're not paying me. I love Beastie Ball. That game is great. You should all definitely check it out. Especially if you love to poke those mans. If you love Pokemans, check out Beastie Ball.
Okay.
Okay.
How are we doing? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, we are just a little over $40 away from hitting that milestone, and then hitting a
Nice.
very large rock at the end of this game.
Yes.
I really want to see us do both. Please keep those donations coming in. How much longer we have in this run now? We have about an hour?
Yeah.
Maybe a little less than an hour, yeah? Less than an hour and just a little over $40. I really think that we can do it. Please, please keep your donations coming in for Blue Path Service Dogs.
As we were talking, we split up, and Ignis was placing down some mines while I was just running to a certain trigger to let this countdown run. And those mines are very precise, and Josh got hit. Okay, that's also interesting. Awesome, okay. And those mines are set up so that they will take care of some enemies and also some C4 mines. And it worked out very well, actually. And this is actually a gold split. Okay, sure.
Nice.
By 0.2 seconds. Very good. And then this level again. So this level is also... there's not a lot of going on, because we just have to wait until Josh drives us to some checkpoints. There we have to pull some levers to open the gates. And that's basically it. And also, this is the final chapter where we will finally take care of Irving. And are there any more announcements to do, maybe?
Sure thing, everybody. Multithon is a speed-running marathon focused on co-ops, races, relays, or anything that shows the power of teamwork. Our core belief is that we are better and faster together. If you're new to Multithon and you like what we do, or if you want more updates on the service dogs we have named, I tell you what, those updates are great. Type !Discord in chat to join in on the fun. We have a great community of gamers looking to play together, including multi-world randomizers, co-op, and more.
Okay, so this was the first lever. We have, let me think, one more to do, right? Yeah, sounds about right. And I was just sprinting towards the lever, and if there was some gold, then Ignis would have run with me, so that I don't have to pick it up and then jump over, which is a very small optimization, but it saves a little bit of time, and a time save is also a time save. And right here I will help Ignis to get down and duck beneath the pipes so that she knows when to dodge them. Also another reason why I have the sunglass skin. And you might wonder, okay, if it works on Sheva, not on Chris, what's the alternative to Chris? What I'm usually doing is I'm just shooting a rocket at the water. The splash damage will stagger not only me but also Ignis, and then we both don't have to press F to duck beneath the pipes. Which is not as... no, of course it's also a huge time save, and not me just goofing around.
An entirely unnecessary strat.
Very necessary, in my personal opinion. Okay, we arrived at the second gate. This is a co-op lever this time, where both of us have to pull a lever.
And so Chris ran around the other side to get that lever. I ran on the left side. I took one shot with the rocket, which was centered between like all of the enemies on top, who would otherwise use the Gatling guns up there and potentially jump down in our path. So I just tried to clear them all out with one rocket, so that we can pull the levers and get right back onto the boat.
This was the arrow to the knee, and it worked. Nice. So we have finally reached Irving, but he has other plans. He doesn't want to talk a lot with us, so the negotiations were a little bit short. I am shooting some rockets to on Irving, this water dragon thingy thing. This is Irving. He has muted it himself as well. Oh? Oh, okay. So it is possible to kill Irving in this cutscene with a precise rocket, but sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work. There's no real good timing when to shoot, so it is, at least for us, luck dependent, if we get the skip and not.
And I usually stand on the end there, just in case the shot misses. I just shoot down into the water to instantly kill Irving instead. It's a few seconds shorter, but still fast enough.
Yes.
Where did this name Irving come from? Like, I need to know. Is it a personal? Is it a pet name?
It's genuinely his name.
It is canonical in the game.
Yes.
Oh, there it is, Irving.
Yes.
Oh, amazing, amazing. Thank you for that.
And Irving, though you didn't get to see any cutscenes with him, he is not one of the most likable characters in a lot of
Yes.
this. That is always a very satisfying fight to finish.
And right over here there are some mutated spiders, which are one-shot, so I can use the flashbangs to take care of them. Don't worry about them.
Come on!
Okay, so we have reached this ominous area in the middle of nowhere, and Irving has given us the tip to visit this place in order to find more answers about the bioweapon deal that has been going on. And Irving's final thoughts were that we won't make it like alive out of here. So he was very confident that we will just die somewhere here due to various traps or the mutated Magini over here. And those Magini right over here, they are a little bit different. They have received the virus injection a little bit better. Or processed it a little bit better, so they are also stronger and faster than regular Magini. So we have to take care of them a little bit differently. Of course, preferably with rocket launchers, but sometimes you also have to avoid them. And right over here, we will do a small optimization. So first of all, we will just run past those fighters. We will let this guy jump up here. Jump down. I will wait for a checkpoint to trigger. There you go. Restart the checkpoint. And then we will shoot the pillar in the middle, so that every enemy has been taken care of. And now
And
comes... Yeah,
Oh,
go
I was
ahead.
gonna say we reset the checkpoint there so that the enemies that spawned in behind us despawned. So
Yeah.
the only ones that were there after the checkpoint were the ones in front of us, which is why we can take care of all the remaining enemies with the rocket.
Okay, a little bit of RNG over here, but this is the perfect pattern. Very nice. But there are 4 patterns, and also a secret 5th one, in my opinion. A secret 5th one, which always gets me. And right over here we have this Indiana Jones-esque cutscene where we have to spam buttons in a very precise manner, of course. I'm just spamming every
This
button.
button spam is slightly more precise than the other button spams because on the final part of this area, one of the characters will fall, and the character that's running the fastest is the one that makes it over the jump. The character that's running slower doesn't make it over the jump. I spammed a little bit too fast there, I think. We usually want to try to get Sheva to be the one to fall down because Chris can pick her up just slightly faster than the other way. So as long as I'm spamming the buttons a little bit slower, it usually works.
It helps if you have an older keyboard with those spams, because if you have a mechanical keyboard with light switches, for example, you spam a little bit too fast and the game doesn't register the spams, and then the game thinks, okay, you're spamming a little bit slower. So Chris in this instance fell down.
Or sometimes
the
the buttons don't hit at all.
Yeah, or sometimes not at all, which also happens. So we have to spam precisely. We have to spam, but with a little bit of precision. And right over here, what we can do is try to go and set up for a boost, so that we run from lever to lever a little bit faster. But as I said at the beginning, sometime it is ping dependent, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. So we just bring our best here. Right over here we will spawn in some enemies and just try to avoid them. Nice, okay. Also, it is not necessary to kill them real much. It's not for DA sake, it's just for time. You can just save a tiny bit of time by just not killing them. Contrary to many other Resident Evil games, you cannot shoot while running or walking. You will always stand still and then shoot. So it's technically always slower to shoot enemies. Okay, so I'm just watching or paying attention to the spawns and try to not get body blocked. Awesome. Those spiders can also grab you and stun lock you basically, and then the other person has to shoot you free or interact with you and to get rid of the spider. Fortunately enough, the timing is very generous, so you have a lot of time to just run past them. And right over here, the second, or I don't know which mini boss is here, and this one is interesting just because the HP is also very random, and greetings from my cat apparently, wishing us luck. And sometimes this mini boss will take only one rocket, sometimes 4 for no good reason, and on professional 5. So sometimes it is very interesting to shoot it.
Come on!
Okay, that went really well actually. Also a green split by 6 seconds. Okay, sure. if we can just cut off roughly 5 minutes and 20 seconds, we might PB. Okay, so this level is
Hold on,
one of my
game is
personal...
freaking out
Oh,
again. Give me a second.
I will just restart the level really quick.
My game crashed, yeah.
Okay. This one, yes.
I will be honest, I've not seen it lag like this ever before, so I'm not entirely sure what the issue is
Same.
with it. This is a new issue entirely that's popped up with RE5.
This is the first again.
Yep.
2 in 1. I mean, we like that kind of thing in
Mm-hmm.
Multithon.
Right?
Double bingo! You gotta get that triple bingo and hit that $700 so we can punch a very large rock.
Yes.
Speaking of large circular objects, I dropped the ball slightly when I read that last donation from Professor Birch, who had donated towards our Name the Spirits bid war, choosing to name one of them Build It. That is, of course, one of the beasties from Beastie Ball. I was remiss in not mentioning it. If you have not seen a Build It before, you have not lived. I suggest looking that up in your browser right the hecky now to see one of their really, really adorable creatures in the game Beastie Ball, one of our sponsors. I love how it looks designed to play volleyball. It's sort of volleyball-esque. So, oh gosh, it's so cute. Anyway. I had to come in here and make up for that previous mistake.
By the way, so in this level we take advantage of the checkpoint resets a lot, because we are splitting up quite frequently, and then I will do my part, Ignis will do her part, and then we meet up again to abort each other, and then we can continue with the run. And also I've mentioned that this was also one of my personal favorite levels for one trick that is coming up, and I'm very excited to talk about it, because if you make this trick, then you will save like 1 or 2 seconds, I believe. And if you don't do this trick or fail the trick, then you will lose over 40 seconds, I believe 45 seconds. So it is absolutely worth it to go for it every single time.
And for some reason we go for it every single time.
Yeah. So what I'm doing is basically I will turn this mirror to the right, interrupting this laser beam. Ignis is standing there, turning it, and I will basically give myself iframes with an ice grenade, and this will make me basically invincible. Then Ignis can just turn the lever and just move it so that I can also just run straight to the exit of the part. Okay,
And the reason
there you
why
go.
that trick is so dangerous is because these lasers are a one-shot insta-kill.
On
no
all
matter what.
difficulties.
Yeah, on all difficulties. If I do not turn the lever at exactly the correct time, Chris will instantly die from that and will be reset back to the beginning there.
I mean, it is totally worth it to go for a 2 seconds time save if you might lose 45 seconds, in my personal
Yes, of
opinion.
course.
Yeah, and that's basically it. Like, this mirror level or part is not that difficult, besides that one particular trick. Everybody splits up basically and then just takes care of certain mirrors, and then we just run to the exit, and that's it. That's the whole level. That went also pretty well, actually.
Nice.
Lore-wise, we have found this Stairway to Heaven, which is a plant or a flower that is used to create a virus for example, for the Plaga virus, to infect all of the locals so that they become basically inhuman zombies that are also mind controllable. And we have found the laboratory where they have done all of the research. Right here, we just have to take advantage of door skips. Basically, I'm opening the doors. Ignis is squeezing by Chris so that we can reach certain triggers a little bit faster. And I'm also shooting this crate so that Ignis can save 0.01 seconds by just walking straight forward instead of around the crate.
But the thing
Let me
with
just
RE
continue.
games is that the small things like shooting that one box make up for a lot of time. It's all in very small saves. Which is why we like to take advantage of so many of them.
For example, door skip, right? So I think it saves at most like 0.2 seconds, right? Or 0.3 seconds.
Yeah.
Which is not a lot for one instance, but if you're doing it 20, 25 times over the whole run, then this time accumulates and then you can save quite a lot of time actually. Okay. The shot was a little bit delayed. I was getting worried a little bit.
My bad.
And Chris had to foreshadow something, that there will be a horde. Or luckily there wasn't a horde. But as we have opened the door, there was a horde. So Ignis is taking care of the enemies in a very precise manner, as always on this category.
And before, you might have noticed as well that I didn't skip the cutscene, or we didn't skip the cutscene for the elevator. It's because in my split in the runs, it actually stays paused. The timer stays paused. So it saves a little bit of time by keeping the cutscene going instead of just closing out of it. And we do that with a few cutscenes in the game. I think only 4 that I remember off the top of my head.
In RTA it doesn't really save any time, but it is, generally speaking, good to do it still. Nice.
And that boss was just sent to try to get rid of Chris and Sheva, and just like with pretty much every boss in New Game Plus, we shoot it with a rocket.
Mm-hmm. I'm just thinking about the one time where we were shooting the boss on professional difficulty and it just fell down, but nothing really happened until a minute or something has passed, where the game randomly remembered, oh yeah, the boss is dead, and then it progressed.
Beautiful, beautiful RE5.
Mm-hmm. One more door skip so that Ignis can trigger a small cutscene, which she has skipped. Meanwhile, this gives me some time to catch up to her and also take care of those enemies. And they were nice enough to open the door for us. Okay, so the one enemy was just not peeking, sure. Well, sometimes enemies just stay hidden behind boxes and then you cannot take care of them. In this instance, my task would have been to shoot 2 of them, but they didn't spawn in, so I just continued running. Right here I just shot 2 rockets so that we take care of some enemies, while Ignis is running forwards and shooting them. Shoot an explosive barrel to take care of them. And the
one thing...
enemy...
Go ahead. I was going to say one thing to note here for these later levels, though you can't see it on Chris because he has the costume on, you can see it on Sheva. We do equip the melee vests and the bulletproof vests. That just makes it so we don't get stunned as easily, especially by the bullets, so we can take a few hits even if we take some damage. We're not getting stunned and stopped whenever we get hit by the bullets.
Eventually you will be stunned, but only if they have shot you a lot of times.
Yeah.
So it is a safety precaution to just shoot explosive barrels or shoot rockets or to take care of them. But if you can skip them, you always skip them. Okay, this trick is pretty cool, and I think Ignis should explain it.
Right, so basically we're going to the end and turning around backwards. There's 2 enemies that are spawned here on this side. Once we pass that first box there, for some reason, enemies no longer see us. They just see us as completely invisible, and we can walk right by them. That prevents a cutscene from happening, so no other enemies spawn, and we can run entirely through the level as long as we do not aim our sights on the guns. Otherwise, they will trigger and spawn all of the enemies in. So, these guys are just hanging out now.
Come on.
We have time for a donation here?
Yeah.
Well, some rando named Sporadic Erratic sent in $30 and said, Rock Punch!
Yes.
Punch.
That means that we are just a little over $10
Nice.
away
Yes,
from
let's go.
punching a very large boulder at the end of this game. We don't even need everybody in chat to donate $1, but if everybody in chat did donate $1, we would blow that milestone away. Remember, every donation counts, no matter how large or how small, and they all go to Blue Path Service Dogs to help a person with autism who needs a service dog and cannot afford one to get one. Please get those donations in. We have about 30 minutes left in this run. Is that right?
Yes. Yes.
30 minutes to raise $10. I absolutely believe that we can do it.
Absolutely, we got this.
In just a moment, the game will introduce us to the worst enemy, the Reaper. And the reason being is the Reaper can always one-shot one player. And thus, a run can just die because of bad Reaper RNG. So we have to take care of them just as a safety precaution. I will just run ahead and turn the lever. So that this conveyor belt can be turned on, and then we can just get rid of those 2 boxes and continue with the run. Meanwhile, Ignis was just shooting the Reaper. The Reaper can also follow us up until this conveyor belt. Sometimes it can catch us, but most of the time it won't. But we would rather not take any chances.
Yeah.
To die here. Especially since the checkpoints are very sparse in this on this level. This would set us back quite a lot, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the next mini boss, or main boss actually, is coming up, and in a casual way it is frustrating to play against it, to say the very least, because it is very weird in its attack patterns and also weak spots. So we have a good solution for that, by just do this, and that's it. Also, it is just generally speaking very recommendable to just use rocket launchers instead of playing it the quote-unquote intended way, just because it is that slow and also that's frustrating sometimes, because you can sometimes shoot the weak spot, but the damage doesn't get registered, and then nothing happens, and then you just wonder, okay, what am I doing wrong? 99% of the time, nothing. It's just the game. And
Yeah. That is arguably, I would say, the most difficult boss in this game in a regular playthrough.
End of story. We can't risk Ouroboros getting out of here and infecting people.
Then let's go take care of business.
Okay, I swapped from ice grenades to flashbangs again. This is also a safety measurement. I don't necessarily have to use it, but sometimes a Reaper can spawn in behind me in just roughly a minute, and then I have to defend myself, and I cannot shoot just a rocket at an enemy that is in front of me. The sunglasses don't protect me from that, unfortunately. But what I can do is just shoot the roof or the ceiling or the floor, and then the Reaper is just stunned. While I was running, Ignis was taking care of some enemies with some rocket launcher shots, and I'm just paying attention if the Reaper is spawning in. And, okay, also interesting. It didn't spawn at all, which is very rare.
And well, he ran
Oh,
over
it's-
that way.
okay.
Did it spawn late?
Yeah, very late, actually.
Gotcha. Yeah, so while he was running to turn the lever, I was standing over here to trigger the cutscene that gets these guys to appear. It only happens if you're standing right there on it. At this part, we have to go across this section separately. I'm gonna take care of some enemies that spawn over here while he's taking care of another that spawns over there, so that way I can just go right away to pull the lever in the future. And this is just getting each other across. Now, here we like to wait for each other. We've seen a lot of different strats here for this part, for different people, but we found that it's easier if we stick together. So we don't like to trigger the cutscene ahead of time, we just wait for each other to get fully across so we can run together.
This basically delays all of the spawns, and this makes them very consistent, actually. And then we just have to run together past some enemies. This first one will never hit us, but the second one sometimes can hit us. So we just stun him or just shoot him. This rocket launcher, Magini just doesn't care about us. And then we open this door and that door, and then we can just run past everything and everybody, and then that's it. It is actually very easy to do as well.
Yeah.
How do y'all feel about some donations right now?
Go for
In
it.
just a moment, it would be a perfect time because we would write this.
All right. Oh, wait.
Okay. So we will trigger this elevator, right? And while we are using this lift, we will just stand at 2 precise locations to be able to shoot certain enemies as quickly as possible. And yeah, now you can go ahead. Thank you.
Well, we had a $10.23 donation from Billy, who says, "Rock punch!"
Nice.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And an anonymous donation for $10.01. So with the generosity of those and every other fantastic person who has donated throughout the entirety of the marathon so far, we have met the punch the boulder incentive.
Nice.
We're going to be punching a
Let's
big rock for
go.
puppies.
Let's go.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you very, very much. I thank you. And the puppies thank you, too.
Very nice. Thank you guys
That
for
is
all of the
awesome.
donations. It is a very good cause, and it's not only helping other people who are in need, so you can also see us punch boulders. I mean, this is also very nice. Right, so then we just swapped our location from right over there to here, and now we just waited till the elevator is at the top again. So if there are any more announcements, that would be the literally perfect time for that.
Talk about Blue Path. I want to talk about where all of this money is going. Blue Path's expertly trained autism service dogs offer safety and freedom to families. A Blue Path service dog's primary role is to provide safety for a child out in public. The dogs are trained to prevent a child from bolting either into the street or away from the parents into a crowded area. They also provide children with much needed companionship, increase social acknowledgement for peers, give opportunities for independence, and give increased levels of confidence. Scientific studies confirm the transformative nature of the human-canine bond. As a result, animal-assisted therapies have grown dramatically. For children with autism, the comfort and companionship of a well-trained dog can serve as a catalyst for remarkable changes in sleeping, eating, and social behaviors. These puppies do so much for these kids, and Blue Path is able to provide them to these kids in need for free because of your generosity. So thank you so much for all of your donations.
Yes, thank you all so much.
Thank
So
you guys.
amazing.
So we're at the top finally, and we will take care of Wesker and Jill in just a moment. But we have also shot quite a lot of rockets onto the one catwalk, and the reason why it's not destroyed is obviously because the railing is made out of anti-rocketium.
Yes, yes, of course.
Look it up. Of course, it is actually an element kappa. And right now we have just split up a little bit so that Ignis can turn on the generator while I will just run ahead and trigger some cutscenes and progress the level. And also this is... Oh, okay, sure. It is extremely rare for this thing to hit me or those stickers to hit me. But also this is the place where the ASMR rocket launcher meme was born. And I think Ignis should explain what it is exactly.
I feel like it can speak for itself, honestly.
Go ahead.
Basically, all that's happening here is I'm shooting a rocket to keep the enemies off of Chris until he jumps down back there. This is fantastic rocket launcher ASMR.
For your volume now, for that soothing rocket launcher ASMR.
It is very relaxing, very soothing. It is good for studying, of course.
Of course.
Lo-fi girl, move over.
Yes.
It's time for rocket launcher ASMR.
I just read the one comment, nice. Okay, so there's a boss fight coming up. Wesker, and we will take care of him not in an ordinary RE5 fashion where we just dump a lot of rockets onto him. What we will do is basically, so I'll talk about it first and then I just skip the cutscene. So I will shoot a series of precise rockets so that Wesker does certain animations, while Ignis will go to the left and basically shoot Wesker at a very precise time, so that I can shoot another rocket to skip his 7 minutes of hide-and-seek play. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready as well. Let's go.
7 minutes. 7 minutes is all I don't like this fool.
Awesome. Okay, this went really well.
Nice. Yeah, that was clean.
Okay, this was part 1. Part 2 is Jill, and for Jill I have picked up the one SMG at the very beginning of the game in 1-1. Ignis will run with me to the right, and she will shoot a flashbang on the floor, while I will shoot her heart piece, which controls her, or mind controls her, 7 times in a row. Again, number 7. And afterwards, Ignis will shoot another flashbang onto the ground, making it a little bit easier and faster to remove a heart piece. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, go. Nice.
Nice,
This
that wasn't
went really
bad.
well.
Yeah.
And this animation is just a lot faster than the other one. Very good.
Yeah, so we like to have me grab her, otherwise Chris would throw her down onto the ground. It just takes a few seconds longer.
Also another reason why I'm having the sunglass skin equipped.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we are approaching the end, or this is the final
This ship is huge.
okay, not the final chapter, but we're heading towards the end of the game with chapter 6. This is 6-1, and I will just run ahead while Ignis will just cover me a little bit. And I will try to knock this one guy down. Okay, the one is not knocked down, he's still on the ladder.
That's okay.
Okay, well, Ignis is just ducking and weaving beneath all of the enemies and avoids getting hit. Okay, the second one didn't spawn at all, which is also first.
The dog might be chasing us.
It's okay. It's okay. I hope.
Doesn't
Okay,
seem to have followed us too far, so we're good.
Nice, okay. So I'm standing right here and I will shoot... Oh, I missed. I missed. There you go. Okay, so I've shot a Magini who is controlling this crane. And... its purposes, or this Magini's purpose is just to drop a cage onto Chris. And by shooting him we would save roughly 2.5 minutes, right?
I'd say even more than that.
Even more than that, okay.
It saves a lot of time.
There you go. I also shot the rockets to take care of the enemy so that Ignis can just sprint towards the end. The dog is also very chill, okay. Awesome, okay. You had to say come on, like whenever I was waiting for you, right?
Of course.
Right, so there's a lot of stairs here, and again, we could profit by boosting, but boosting down stairs is also very difficult despite having a very good ping. So there's no real trick by running. There is a somewhat active punt on how to skip those stairs, which would save roughly like 45 seconds or something, but if you can jump down somehow those stairs, you would save a lot of time. And Ignis has shot the glass. It is extremely necessary to do this.
Extremely necessary.
Yeah, it's not just because the fun of breaking glass is just very nice every single time that we run the game. No, not at all, of course.
It's one of the most important
You need to
strats.
change the name of this category to ASMR. Rocket launcher and breaking glass.
Yes.
ASMR percent.
Or any percent.
Yes, yes. Actually, let me message Astra about this. I think he would like the idea.
Right? My running
you
past
should-
her.
You shoot and I will pick up the keycard.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
I thought
I
he
was
didn't die
about
for a
to-
second. He kind of body blocked us. Oh, you're picking up that one. My bad.
Yeah, okay. So I'm standing here and Ignis is just running towards a safe which contains a second keycard. And I will just teleport Ignis closer to me, and then we can continue the level here.
Now this part, there's just 3 guys with rocket launches here, and to avoid them, we're just gonna hide behind this box. And I'll let them shoot basically themselves, so we can just run past them.
And literally everybody has taken care of themselves, nice. Very nice, and very interesting as well. Usually somebody is still alive after, like, getting hit by 3 rockets, but this time apparently not. Also, a very good chapter, actually. We golded this as well by 0.0 seconds.
Oh, fantastic.
Nice. Okay, we're at 6-2, and this level is also filled with a very long QuickTime event section here. And the trick is just, again, to spam every single input and just let the game think what the right input is, and that's it. This is Excella, by the way. Excella is also one of the antagonists or main antagonists of the game. She is responsible for the Magini infection. And she turned herself into a giant monster, like you see in the background. Okay, well, Ignis has
Kind
to...
of everybody's MO in Resident Evil 5 is turn themselves into a giant monster.
Pretty much.
Persistent son of a bitch.
Okay, while Ignis focuses a little bit, I will explain what is happening. So, she's shooting a very precise rocket to take care of that tentacle and another tentacle, while I run ahead and shoot rockets. I will shoot another rocket to stun Ignis and also take care of the tentacle so that she has some iframes and can run past it a lot faster.
I think I missed
And
on the last
she,
one. Oh no, it died.
Nice. It did die, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
So that area, we just have very precise rockets to shoot to take care of the tentacles as quickly as possible.
I mean, the sentence, we have to shoot precise rockets is also kind of weird if put out of context, but it makes a lot of sense in Resident Evil 5.
Yeah.
Same as here, so I'm shooting the giant thing on the left, or weak spot, while Ignis shoots in the middle. Ah, okay,
I
it
missed
didn't
it.
work out. You can basically kill Axella right here in this animation by shooting a precise rocket. It would look like this, saving roughly 10 to 11 seconds. But again, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. And also there are some spaghetti monsters dropping, which can also hinder the line of sight towards the boss. And also a 209 for not getting the skip is actually incredibly fast. Usually you have roughly 210 or 211, so this was also a very good run actually.
Yeah, if we would have gotten that last part, what would that be, like a 1...
God damn it, Wesker.
158 I believe, or 157 in the best case.
Yeah.
Okay, and also we're
What
finally...
this marathon is... Go ahead, go ahead.
Okay.
Please go.
So we're at the final level, and since we have reached the donation goal, we will do the boulder punching ending.
You all donated for it. Here comes. Gonna punch a big rock.
Hell yeah.
I was gonna say earlier, this marathon's been making me hungry. First we got grilled cheese, then we got spaghetti falling out of the sky. I mean, when I play Resident Evil.
Just for the food's sake, right?
Yeah, right, yeah.
Oh god, I have to think of Resident Evil 7 and the Baker family
Oh, no.
with the introduction. Oh god, no. Don't play this one. Okay, we didn't skip the cutscene again for the same reason as before. We just wait. So in LRT, the main timing method of the game, we just let this cutscene run because it doesn't count towards the LRT time, while also opening the gates or the bulkheads a little bit faster. Oh, I got hit. That's interesting.
There aren't any around me, are there?
I honestly don't know.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna keep shooting. So
just
while
keep
he's
shooting,
taking
everything's
care
fine.
of the ones around us, I'm shooting back at this back wall here. Enemies will spawn up there after about 40 beeps or so. So I'm just shooting them to prevent them from spawning in so we can just run straight across.
Okay, no additional spawns, I believe. At
Yeah,
least
I
I don't
think-
hear
I
anything.
think we're good.
Nice. Oh. Okay, more levers to pull. Oh, I also spammed right click. It's good that Ignis didn't spam it, because if we skip this cutscene, the bulkhead will open a little bit slower. There you go. They've also
Cat
been
has
the
managed
Reapers.
some very important information. We need to know the name of your cats.
It's Ramses.
Ramses?
Yes.
Great name for a cat.
Are there any announcements to do? Because there's a small downtime of roughly a minute right now.
Yes, well, I have an update about the bid war that we have going on to name the spirits, because I was definitely wondering how many names that we were going to accept. And the answer is the top 2. So I'll just tell y'all that Jeff is in the lead, a healthy lead at $42.38. In second place, we have host's favorite Build It at $17.38. And in third place, we have Taylor Swift at $10. So it'd be pretty easy to snipe at least one of those out of the top 2 slots. Do remember, when you're getting your donations in for Blue Pass service dogs, that you can put them towards incentives and bid wars. So make sure to check those boxes, fill those out, and get those spirits named the name you want them to be named. Snipe the hecky out of it for the puppies.
Come on!
Oh, the puppies.
For the puppies.
For the puppies!
So we have taken care of two Gatling gun machines in a very swiftly manner. And now the first Wesker fight is coming up. We will do, or we will at least try to do it very quickly. There are some approaches. The casual wait just takes an obnoxious amount of time, so we will just shoot a rocket on the floor. He will dash onto us. I will do some steps forward so that he does a very certain animation, and while he does his spinny kick animation, I will try to shoot his back to stagger him, and then we can proceed to the next stage. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Okay, this is a good animation, but a good hit. Awesome. Okay,
Perfect.
there you go. Nice. So sometimes Wesker doesn't really cooperate with us, let's put it like that, where we have to shoot like 3, 4, sometimes 5 rockets to make him stagger. Luckily, this went really well, even though I got stunned.
Yeah, that was very quick, very clean.
Okay, more button spamming. While he talks about his so loved Uwu-Bubus, we will just spam all of the buttons again and skip the cutscenes.
It's a good time for a donation.
Yes.
All right, Happy by 3 cents and $1 and says donating $1 to name one of the spirits Rocco after our soon-to-be fallen Boulder friend, and also to make the donation total 7-11 to celebrate the best convenience store. Oh my gosh, so many thoughts in that donation. Rocco is I feel like we have now named the Boulder, so it can't just be the Boulder. But it is in fact Rocco. Is 7-Eleven your favorite your favorite convenience store? Please sound off in chat. What is your favorite convenience store and why? As we punch this rock.
I can answer that in just a moment. I will focus a little bit on Wesker so that he doesn't approach me a little bit too fast, while Ignis is spamming some buttons. Just a moment. Ignis, do you want to go first with the convenience store?
Sorry, I was getting through that button spam.
Oh, he is fast. He's very fast. Okay, a little bit too fast. Thank you.
He should be jumping up to me. No. Okay. I'll try to keep him off of you.
Okay, so button spamming. I'm not multitasking. Not at all. I'm just spamming all the buttons. So, a favorite convenience store, right?
And there we are. There's the boulder.
Yes.
Make that a big rock.
Okay, he is extremely fast. This is not good at all. I'm just
He's
shooting
not in
him
a
and
great
trying to
spot.
stun him.
Perfect. We're good.
Oh my god. Okay, this works somehow. Okay, and we're approaching also the end of the game. So first of all, we have to take care of Wesker. And he got an overdose of his own rock in the one cutscene that we skipped in the at the beginning. So he will do a series of attacks, and I hope that he will do a tornado attack right now.
Yes.
There we go. Now we just wait a little bit. And then I will just hold him, spam all of the buttons, so while Ignis will also spam some buttons. Very nice. Very cinematic attack pattern. Okay, and the game will also end in just a few seconds. All we have to do is push Wesker into the active volcano, mind you. And then also, if that's not enough, we just shoot 2 additional rockets into him to finally seal
Because
the deal.
somehow he's still alive even after standing in a volcano.
Okay, we just strongly assume that he may or may not is dead. So, and that's also
he ate his Wheaties today.
end of the game.
he takes multivitamins.
Yeah, probably.
Yes.
And
Was that time? Was that
yes, time?
That's
yes,
time.
yes.
GG's. I
GG.
enjoyed that run immensely.
GG's.
That was great. So some final words from us. First of all, thank you very much for having us, and also thank you very much, guys, for all the donations. It is a very, very good cause, and you have helped a tremendous amount. So thank you very much for that. And
Yes,
thank you
thank
again
you
for
all
the
so
organization.
much.
Thanks, Ignis, for the run. It was always
Thank
a
you.
pleasure.
You'll have anyone you would like to shout out?
Ignis, you can go first.
You know what, honestly, shout out to all of the people who donated, because you guys are amazing, and you guys donated me to an amazing cause. So shout out to all of you guys.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to every lurker, every viewer, and also all of the friends who have tuned in.
Yes.
And yeah, have an amazing time at this marathon and at this event, and have a good one, guys. Take care.